Steph Curry's claim to being the greatest point guard this game has ever seen has been stronger than ever before.
He is the greatest shooter man has ever seen.
Oh, he puts it in! What a spectacular move! They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang!
Curry, defender falls down.
You got Curry. He checked it. Steph for the win.
After that ridiculous Olympics performance, he surely climbed and wrecked a lot of GOAT lists. Even before the Olympics, Curry was an assassin. When it comes to the basketball court, he was ruthless. He might not be the tallest guy, but he surely is always the most impactful one. Teams for over a decade were left scratching their heads, finding a way to contain Chef Curry. But Steph always found a way to humiliate them. Here are the times when Steph Curry left his opponents humiliated. We all know Chris Paul is the point guard, and his battles with Curry are always legendary. But it seemed like Steph and Curry always had the upper hand. In the 2015 matchup between the Warriors and Rudy Gobert, the towering 7'1" center and 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, has built a career on intimidating guards who try to score in the paint. But Steph Curry is no ordinary guard. In a game against the Utah Jazz in 2021, Curry decided to humiliate the big man by putting on a dribbling clinic. Curry, who had Gobert alone on an island, humiliated him in front of the entire world. Well, Curry capped it off with a beautiful layup, leaving the Defensive Player of the Year standing there in confusion, arms up, as if to ask, what just happened? Well, what happened was simple. Curry made a giant defensive powerhouse look helpless. Watching a towering center try and fail to contain Curry on the perimeter was pure comedy, and Curry knew it.
Please log on to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. This is Game 1, Western Conference semifinals. As Curry does his magic, gets by Gobert and scores.
Dillon Brooks, known for his tough defense and relentless trash talk, thought he could slow down Curry in the 2022 Western Conference semifinals between the Warriors and Grizzlies. But what happened next was a masterclass in humiliation that Brooks probably won't ever forget. From the first game, Curry made Brooks look like he was defending a shadow. No matter what Brooks did, whether it was chasing Curry around screens or trying to get physical, Curry danced around him with ease. In Game 6, Curry finished the Grizzlies off with a dazzling 29-point performance, including some deep threes that had Brooks helplessly staring as the ball swished through the net. Brooks poked the bear, talked a big game, but by the end of the series, Curry left him humiliated. The Grizzlies guard was reduced to little more than a spectator as Curry dismantled Memphis's defense one shot at a time. Well, when Brooks left Memphis for Houston, it's the same story. Brooks was still talking shit, and Curry knew damn well that he needed to shut that guy up for good. And in his next play, he completely left him humiliated.
You know they're looking for Steph. Dillon Brooks is on him now. Uses the screens to get Brooks off of him. Oh, he crossed him over. Let Brooks fly by. Oh, no.
The 2022 NBA Finals was supposed to be Boston's time to shine. ESPN analysts and experts overwhelmingly picked the Celtics to win the championship.
But I got to tell you something right now. Boston can beat this team.
Going against this Celtics defense, we've seen it throughout this playoffs. It's not the answer when you go head on.
ESPN predicted Boston to have an 87% chance of taking it home. But what did Curry do? He humiliated the Celtics, and by extension, ESPN's experts, by putting on one of the greatest finals performances of his career. In Game 4, with the Warriors down 2-1 in the series and their season on the line, Curry dropped 43 points in Boston, leaving the Celtics and their home crowd absolutely stunned.
The elite defender off the bench. Curry steps back, three-pointer, got it. Curry, another long-distance shot. It's good. Celtic Hall of Famer. Curry, oh, Corey.
Have to do better is move the ball. He said we just had 7 assists in that first half. Guys are playing.
The post up Tatum. Curry launches a three. It's good. Crushing on the boards. Curry, it's good.
And maybe some second shots.
Curry again. Oh, Steph Curry. Curry to Peyton. Peyton had all the time in the world. Curry three-pointer. Puts it in. Curry to Green. Back to Curry. Step back. Three-pointer.
He was hitting ridiculous threes, weaving through defenders like they were practicing cones, and showing the world that no defense, not even the so-called best in the league, could contain him. The ESPN experts who had doubted Curry's ability to lead the Warriors past the Celtics were absolutely trolled in social media. By the time the series ended, Curry had secured his 4th championship and first Finals MVP, silencing all the critics who said he needed to prove himself. The Celtics defense, heralded as the best in the NBA, had no answers. Any analysts who picked against Curry? Well, let's just say they were eating their words. Curry's dribbling skills are well documented, but on this occasion against the Los Angeles Clippers in 2015, he outdid himself. In the first quarter, Curry decided to turn into a one-man circus act. As he dribbled, weaving in and out of defenders, it seemed like the Clippers had him trapped. The double team was closing in. But what did Curry do? Dribbled behind his back and somehow found himself wide open on the perimeter. In the 2016 Western Conference semifinals, the Golden State Warriors faced off against the Portland Trail Blazers, and Stephen Curry delivered one of the most savage playoff performances of his career. Shout out to Dame, one of the superstars who got trapped into the Curry dynasty. Chef Curry always seemed to cook this guy whenever they faced. Well, after missing several games due to injury in 2016, Curry returned in Game 4, and the Blazers had no idea what was coming. The game went into overtime, and it was showtime for Stephen Curry. Curry scored a ridiculous 17 points in just the extra period alone, finishing the game with 40 points total, as Curry single-handedly outscored their entire team in overtime. After hitting yet another impossible shot, Curry famously turned to the cameras and declared, "I'm back." It wasn't just a statement of fact, it was a message to the entire league that no matter how hard you try, you can't stop him. The Trailblazers learned this the hard way, as they watched Curry turn what was supposed to be a playoff game into his own personal highlight reel. Another heartbreak for Dame. You got the villain, Dillon Brooks, who got humiliated by Steph. But this next one? Well, it's a slow burn. Patrick Beverley is known for his gritty defense and relentless trash talk, but when it comes to stopping Curry, even he couldn't avoid being humiliated. When Paul George was traded to the Clippers, Pat Bev put up this infamous quote, "The next 5 years is mine." Over 5 years have passed, and well, let's just say it did not go according to plan. Over the years, ever since Pat Bev was in Houston, there's been some bad blood brewing, a lot of trash talking. The thing about Pat Bev, he's not backing down from anybody. His specialty was getting to his opponent's head, throwing them off their game. Well, he can't throw Steph off his game. In the 37 times Steph and Pat Bev faced each other, Steph won 25 times, with Steph averaging 25 points per game. Pat Bev? 7. He even dropped 42 points in this guy's head in 2018 against the Clippers.
Clippers, you can have a problem. And Steph beats Bradley. He's
0 for 3.
And Steph on the reload and drops in the play.
Just a little bit there. Try to make it subtle.
Steph with it. You're getting into record-setting halftime territory. Very mid-range.
And that didn't come easily. That was work.
Steph on the crossover, flipping it up and in. Possession by possession. He's got to climb back into the game. Curry.
That was his only chance.
Steph banking it home. Durant's looking for Steph. Turns and fires a three. He was fouled. Screen down to 3.
Look how far they pushed him out.
Curry down the lane for the lead. He got it.
Ever since Pat Bev said that infamous quote, Steph still got his 1 championship and a gold medal. Pat Bev, 0 rings, 0 gold medals, and a basketball contract in Israel. Now that's next level humiliation if we see one. Now it's your turn to share your thoughts. What's your favorite Steph Curry moment? Is he the greatest point guard of all time? Leave your comments down below. And as always, thank you for watching.